and I'm going to read out an email which I received from the client, from the guy, okay, and it will be really good, okay, to discuss this because the message came from the shy person who is scared to do an erotic photo shoot, okay, and it is very, you know, how to say, beneficial for me to know how people feel about it, right? So let me just read it out. Hi, Julia. Yes, I was wondering about no limits photo shoot. And yes, I am really nervous. Generally got anxiety about almost everything. Okay? And not mainly about being nude, just like new situations. What is one reason I want to do it as well? Okay, so erotic photo shoot uh, comes here as an idea to go over an anxiety and being awkward and shy and scared. You see, the scared, right? My first thought was about taking photo only with me. But when I saw your page and I was like even more challenging and exciting as well, not lie. I like your content, by the way, because it explains how the mind works. Anyway, I'm planning to do this around the December. I want to get into good shape. That's another thing, okay? And I am happy to pay a deposit. Yes, maybe I would like a model, okay? Or maybe I could bring someone with me to a photo shoot. I am not sure what would be more comfortable for me. Thank you for getting back to me. And in the future, yes. So people can contact with me and connect with me via WhatsApp. Okay, there is a number on my website, and today I'm discussing erotic photo shoots for men, for male auditorium. Okay, and men are shy, nervous, and feeling awkward, undressing and exposing themselves, going, hi, hello, going into nudity. Okay, nudity. So erotic photo should start from the portraits. Okay, always I start from the portrait. People who are very brave and how to say, feel okay with the nudity, with the intimacy, they are undressing straight away. Okay, there are models, there are actors, okay, there are dancers who are get used to express with their body and they are fine to undress. Usually during performance they are changing, okay, they are changing from one outfit to the other. So being naked or someone will see them naked, it is absolutely fine, okay, but that is people who are in a performance, you see, mode, right? They are okay to perform, they are okay to show the flesh, the nudity, right? But majority public in general, they are not okay. It is very new to them. It is how to say, it's an experience that never tried. Some people never tried, okay, never tried, and no one's seen them naked. There are people who never undressed in front of anyone, okay, and there are people who are shy to undress in front of the loved one, okay. There are ladies, you know, and I'm saying ladies, who are more comfortable to have intimacy and to be naked in the darkness, right? There are couples who create erotica and erotic fantasies in the bedroom when there is no light. Okay, there are guys who would love to see this and would ask their partner to put the light on, and the ladies would say, no, no, I don't want. Why? Why? What's wrong if you know, if you are naked, if you are so close with each other, if you are connected with each other? What is wrong if your partner will see your body, your naked body, your arousal, your sexuality, your energy, right? There are so many people who are blocked, closed, right? And they do not want to show themselves. They want to express themselves? And that is the limitation. You see, limitation comes not only in the body. Limitation comes in your mind, in your energy, in your arousal state, and in your orgasm. Everywhere is the limitation. It's not that you just scared to undress, or you just scared to be naked in front of someone, or you just shy. No, limitation is like a cascade. Okay, it's follow up into how to say, depending where you go, right? But into that sacred moment, a climax, it is reflected there as well. People who are limited, right? We speak about abundance, right? There are people who live a normal life and they do not allow themselves, right? They do not allow to feel sexuality, to express sexuality, to be sexy, okay? To seduce, to play, to you know, to create games. They think that this is not normal, that this is not okay, that sexuality has to be present only when you are in the night in the bed, okay? And there is, you know, how to say, that's kind of a world we're living in. And then there is another part, you know, a corn industry where it shows all of that, right? Unlimited possibilities, right? So people live a limited life in their families, in their relationship, in their married life, and then they secretly, okay, watch that unlimited world. Okay, so they don't want to live it because they do not allow themselves in their heads, right? And when they are, how to say, delaying this, the body is anxious. The body wants all the pleasure. The body wants to escalate and go to a highest level, right? And they just stay in one expression. They just do one thing. There are couples who will arrive to the studio and we create, for example, 5 different scenarios. Okay, and there is scenario dressed, there is scenario semi-nude, there is scenario naked, there is scenario role play, for example, into the fetish mode. And imagine this, in all 5 different scenarios, they will play the same game. They will be sexually, okay, escalating the same performance again and again. And I can see that. When I'm recording with the camera, I'm recording all the moves, right? So they know 3 positions or 3 ways, okay, and that's it. There is very often when people arrive to the studio and when they see the furniture or the setup, they say, "Where is the bed?" Like, it's like you cannot, you know, create an erotic scene or sexual adventure or sexual, you know, how to say, moment when there is a couch or there is a chaise-longue or there is a stool or there is you know, like a wall. They don't know how to do it. They kind of know it, but they may be lazy. It's not even lazy, okay? It's just the mind do not open to the point that they start imagining those things, right? And they creating. So like I say, there are people who just know what to do on the bed, okay? And there are different kind of furniture in my studio for that reason, okay? To put them out of the comfort zone. And when I'm saying out of the comfort zone, it's a very cliche phrase, okay? Because I don't believe, you know, that people have to get out of their comfort zone. They have to expand that comfort zone. Okay, expand it and try many things, right? And if they are obsessed with the bed and only know how to move themselves in a sexual environment and create certain fantasy in the bed, then we start there. Okay, but I move them around my studio, right? So today I am discussing about this guy, okay, who wrote me an email that he is absolutely terrified and scared to do an erotic photo shoot, okay, by himself, right? And living in that world of his old, when he is, hi, hello, where he is in this limitation, most likely, okay, creates a certain intimate life for him, which is limited as well. Limited with the possibilities, limited with the options. There is no creativity, there is no imagination, okay? And if he do not allow himself to do it, he allows and he accepts action happening in the corn movies, right? He can watch corn and people are doing it there, right? But it doesn't mean that he is experiencing stimulation and real action in his life, right? There are lonely people who watch corn and they think that they are living it, right? But there is no one around them and there is no one else touching them. Okay, they are playing with their hand. Okay, that kind of an intimacy, yeah, having people, right? So this is this type of situation when you are scared to show yourself naked, right, and perform naked or be naked, you are less confident, absolutely. Okay, and I just recently was in a club. Okay, I was in a club, and my friend, I was with my girlfriend, right? And around 2 o'clock in the night, she came to me and she said, just look at this. She says, 70% auditorium is men, lonely men around the bar, drinking and watching how people connect, find a woman, or come as a couple and dancing and having a great time. They just watching. Okay, they are so shy, so embarrassed. They come to the club, they couldn't find anyone at least to dance. Okay, because dancing involve intimacy, involve, confident. You need to approach, right, a beautiful woman. And why they scared to approach? Because of a rejection, right? They scared to hear no. Seriously. And I've been approached many times by men, and I can say the reaction is this. And I don't want to, dance as well with everyone. So I do say no very often, right? I can tell you, it hurts people, you know? It hurts, right? And when I see discouraged men, right, I can see that there is no confidence in there. Okay, so confidence is everything for women. Okay, it is. And this guy who is writing me an email admitting straight away that he is a shy person, scared and nervous to do it. And that is why he is doing it, to challenging himself and overcome his block inside him. And then he just decided that he would bring someone else to the studio, like a model, right? So let me just quickly tell you what the model does, right? We all imagine our happiness, our life with someone, okay, with someone. Yeah, you don't want to be happy by yourself. If you want to be happy by yourself, there is a certain phase that you are in, and that's okay, okay? And sometimes people stuck in this face when they, oh yes, I'm fine by my own, I'm fine, and so on, and then they get ill and they have different kind of illness because body, you see, body want to experience life, body wants to feel alive, and body is alive only in one moment, okay, when it's sexually active. Okay, it's stimulated, it's satisfied, it's being pleased, it's experiencing pleasure. And body is so clever that it doesn't want to be in one level of the pleasure because it gets used to. And your brain gets used to very quickly. So body also wants to level up the experience, right? And that is why erotica is very important, because this is a creative mode, and this is how to say, going and looking, searching for new ways, okay, to approach your partner, to stimulate your partner, to play with your partner, to go into role playing, to dominance, right? There are many games you can play. Okay, so confidence is the key. Confidence is the key when you are having a great relationship with yourself and with your spouse, husband, wife, yeah. Confidence, you are confident. No one wants to be with you know unconfident man, and confidence is attractive. People are very often getting confused about this. They think they need to tune themselves, like change the way they look. They think that they need to go to the gym, right? And why they going to the gym? Because they getting confidence there. Okay, so look, we have different shapes of and sizes of, if you look at nature, there are different trees, right? No, seriously, there are different trees. And when I say about trees, you see, there is a bamboo tree who is not complaining that he is not a baobab tree, okay, and not trying to change it, right? So we are all different, and the tree world, they're accepting themselves. They have to grow like this. I always think that I am bamboo tree. Okay, bamboo tree is very special because it grows the roots for 5 years. And it's not worrying that everyone is doing the career and everyone is, making money. Bamboo tree is growing roots. It has to do that. It's supposed to do that, right? So I am a bamboo tree. But then what it comes, it gets to the point when it goes meter a day in the height, right? That's a bamboo tree. Everyone is different. What is happening today that ladies are tuning themselves up and becoming the same face? And and going to the same surgeons, and everyone soon will look the same. Thanks God that now surgeons as well as aesthetic professionals valuing natural looks. Okay, so it's getting better, right? But at one point was very sad. Okay, I am in the 16 minutes of my life, and I quickly say hello, hi. Today I am discussing erotica as usual, erotic photo shoot, what it does, and the topic was when the shy men approaching me and would like to change their state. Okay, they don't want to be anxious and nervous when they are naked. Okay, they want to go into sexual energy when they're confident. They want to control that feeling. They want to lead. Okay, take a lead because with the woman you need to learn to take a lead. Do you know any woman who would say, "Oh, I want a weak and unconfident man"? Do you know any woman? I don't know. So erotica change you because you become braver. Okay, you become sexy. You understand what is sexy in you and how this energy goes and vibrates in your body. Okay, because when people look, oh, that person is sexy, oh, that person, so I will do it like them. Okay, I will dress like them. I need to tune up myself. I need to go to the gym and look, like that. No, sexuality, how to say it, it, it's it's the energy. Doesn't matter how you look. You 2 kilos less, you 5 kilos more. It doesn't matter. The pictures define you sexy or you not sexy. Okay? And that's all in energy. And that's, sexuality, that's what attracts people. That's a marker that you would mark yourself. And that's the marker that other people see you the way they see you, right? And if you do not have a confidence, that is also visible, you know, clearly visible in your actions, in your words, in your facial expression, in your body language. That is why when I create erotic photo shoot, okay, and we take pictures of no confidence, it shows. You can't hide it. You can't pretend it. Seriously, you can fake the orgasm. But the person who faked the orgasm, in that moment, he knows because that's exactly what I've recorded. His brain at that moment is acting out and pretending, okay? And to the others, maybe he created a great moment and a great scene, okay? Maybe it was loud, but your brain, you can't lie to yourself, seriously. That's the erotica, that's the sexuality, okay? You can lie. Okay, very quickly, hi, hello to everyone, and I'm checking into messages. I discuss erotica, sexuality, and today's topic is about shy and scared men, okay? And I can tell you, people are getting old and still stay in the same vibration. And they know that there are people out there, okay, no different to them, having a great life. Okay? Seriously. They attract with their energy a partner for themselves, right? They attract that energy. And the others repel or are invisible because they do not show that energy. Okay? They don't see you. If you do not vibrate it, they don't see you. Sometimes people think that sexual energy has to stay in the bedroom, right? But in the same time, we see people who are on stage, okay, who are on stage talking maybe, I don't know, quantum physics, which I do not understand, but they look so hot and sexy. because this is their element and they use that sexual energy as a creative force. Okay, okay, 18 messages. Hi, hello, hi. Not sure if you remember me. I'm the one, those fantasy it is to be shrunk, shrunk. Okay, okay, this is a YouTube message. Not sure if I remember you. I don't think I do remember. I'm really sorry, okay? And I don't remember names as well, okay? But I have a visual recording memory. If I see the face, believe me, I remember it. Okay, so very quickly, you look like you make good hot chocolate. I am a chef. I'm a head chef, so you know I can do anything. Okay, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. I joined the live. Want to tell you about it. You did? That's great. There are not many people who join the live, so I should. What is that? My lipstick. I should remember you. Really sorry. Okay. Have you joined my Telegram channel? Okay. Have you joined my Telegram channel? We can chat about it there. Okay. So very quickly. Lips, lips. Yes, lips. You're here. My lips. My again lips. I love you, my baby. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay, I was on TT. Okay, okay, okay. I still don't remember you. I'm sorry. I allow myself, okay? I allow myself. You see, I'm not gonna lie. I would say, yes, yes, I remember you. I don't. Okay, so 20 messages, right? 20 messages. Great. Let me just see those messages. Okay, hello, good morning from Los Angeles, California. I haven't been in California. You know how museum put the most precious pieces behind the glass? Your eyes remind me of that. Oh, that's very sweet. When we talk about museums, we know that in the museums there is a lot of flesh and there is a lot of nudity. The olden days, to present a beauty, a woman shape, naked, okay, was acceptance, okay, was acceptance. So when I go, for example, and I live in London and I go and visit museums and I've checked them all, there is a lot of naked women in there. Okay, I've been in Paris, Louvre. There is a lot of naked people in there. Okay, and they call art. Okay, they're not banned. It is for people to recognize different bodies. Okay, to get used to understand that we are all not the same. Okay, and artists olden day appreciated that. Okay, and when I come to and talk with the museums, that is my idea, because you see now people lost their way to love, lost their way to connection. Okay, now people all concentrated about making money, but when they die no one can take that money away. And when you die, the only thing what you will think is about love, how much you loved someone. And what you would want is that loved person be with you. You would not want to think about your bank account and how much of the cash you have. Believe me, okay? So people lost their way, okay? And I am here to remind everyone that I want people to wake up to love. You wake up and you think about how much you love someone and want to express that feeling and want to be with that loved person, and not only be, touch and feel and enjoy and explore, right? The other person. That's love when you are with someone. God bless you all the day. Thank you so much. I wanted to be miniature and interact with the giant woman. With the giant woman. Now I remember something, because it was a fantasy, erotic fantasy that we discussed. Okay, giant woman and you are a miniature, and that is possible to create because camera, you see, can go into distortion mode. Okay, and I can create a picture, an image or the series when you can create that fantasy, a giant woman and you are miniature guy. Yes, see, now I remember there was this fantasy. When we talk about fantasies, I remember because people have different fantasies or they want to explore fantasies in a different way. They have a different energy, okay, and I am shooting them by the energy, okay. They vibrate different frequency, and when I meet people, the reason why I create every time different art is because I tune into their vibe. You understand? I'm not making my art. I am representing them with all their insecurities and imperfections. I am not that photographer who will set it up and stage the scene to make those beautiful and perfect shots. Okay? This is a cliche when we think about photography, that we want just beautiful pictures. Okay? No, seriously. No, seriously. And when we go, for example, into a selfie mode, and me as a photographer, I do a great selfie in 3, 5, 7 goes, okay? But for you, you need to maybe do 7, 4 selfies till you will, nail it, right? So when I create erotic photo shoot, we also take goals and we also grow into that erotica, because the more you shoot, the better you get, the more expressive, the better your energy, the braver you are, the more confident you are, the more things you want to show and mean it. You see? Mean it, right? Okay, 30, 20, okay, messages. Cross, okay, lips are amazing. That's lipstick. Okay, hi, I'm in New York and I am handsome. You are handsome, it means that you will have a good shoot, okay, because you are handsome already. You are telling to the world, and your information is that you see me, okay. I am handsome, I am worthy, okay. I am, I am somebody, right? Not everyone here on live is even able to say this, okay, because they do not think this way. Seriously, to start, just to start with, okay, not everyone can state that I am great. Yeah, yeah, so men are also very shy, okay, very shy. Some men, when they go somewhere, they expect that the woman would approach them, okay, and there are women in the masculine energy, okay, who will connect with the men in the feminine energy, and you would see this connection, this couple, okay, this couple, and there is a place, okay, for them to be, okay, and they enjoy their own games, right? They do, and so everyone is playing their own games, okay. I would love for you to help make my fantasy come to life. Okay, my job is create erotic photo shoot and make erotic fantasies. And if you would like to try this, you need to book it. Okay? It's simple as that. I am based in London. Okay? And if you have a lady, if you have a woman, a lady who is happy to assist you and perform with you, create your love story, bring it on. Okay, couple session fee is 740. Okay, and that's a deposit. And then, depending on what you do, okay, the sexier the gets, okay, the more you pay. Simple as that. Okay, but what is special about my experience is that you can go all the way, no limits. You can do anything, seriously, with me. You know why? Because I have a medical background and I'm absolutely fine, okay, with anything, you know? That's the difference. So if you have a lady, you pay couple fee, okay? If you like to shoot with the model, you still pay a couple fee. Can you imagine? Because you're hiring a lady, a woman, right? And I am taking a couple fee because it's still two people shooting, okay? This is a very often mistake when individual guy would like to, he's saying, this is a solo shoot, but I would like to book a model. When the model arriving and I'm shooting him and the model, this is not a solo shoot. There are two people on stage. Okay, and when two people on stage, they are performing and they are creating a scenario that the solo person cannot create by himself. It's not possible for him to create a couple shoot. He needs a model, right? As soon as model arrives, they create a totally different content. That is why he's paying for a couple. It's the same like you are in the restaurant, right? When you are arriving to a restaurant and inviting escort, you paying for her drinks and food. Yes or no? Or restaurant is paying. People are sometimes, confused. So it's the same in the studio. If you invite a person, you're paying for that person. And what is interesting with where is the confusion is from, okay? You're paying for that person to shoot with you, okay? And then you're paying escort fee for a service that that person provides specifically to you to be able to create that content. That's how it goes. Okay. Okay. Let me see. I know beauty. I am a fashion portrait photographer. Then you know. Yes, you know aesthetics. You know everything. Great. I'm 64. You know, when you are a creator, okay, you can create all your life. And that's how we are blessed, okay? When my mom asked me, how long do I gonna do this erotic photography? Maybe I go back to hospital. I'll say forever. You know, I never bored of this. Okay, that's why it's a Sunday, and I am still on live here discussing erotic photo shoot. And today's topic is for men, shy men creating erotic photography to reveal their blocks. Okay, to reveal their blocks. The blocks were creating during the time when they are growing up. Okay, back many years ago it happened, but they're experiencing this in their mature life. Okay, they are shy and awkward undressing. I say, okay, let's do remove your shirt, but in a sexy way, and again and again and again. Some people even can't do that. So if you can't, undress your clothes in a sexy way, practice at home before you go to the shoot. Okay, practice at home. Okay, wow, we'll look. Okay, look for that model. Okay, 31 messages. Right, hello, good morning. Some comments. You are lovely, good. It's called nudity. You out here looking to find something. Now, today I'm discussing about erotic photo shoots for men. Okay, and men are much braver to perform with someone. Okay, it is just easier when you invite someone to join you on set, on stage, a model or a friend, to create sexual erotic scenarios. For men it is more natural than stay by himself and touch himself and undress by himself. Okay, although there is a woman photographer, me, okay, and we can create a certain interaction, and I'm encouraging that person, but it is not the same when the model is next to you and playing with you, whispering into your ear something, when you can do an eye gazing and undress her, touch her, cuddle her, and in general touch the private parts and get stimulated. Okay, so that a turn on moment escalates, right? Where are you originally from, baby? Lithuania. I'm from Lithuania originally. If a person cannot support you, you will leave money, pay bill. It takes the bill collector of your back. If the person cannot support you, you will leave the money. I don't know how is it related, because people who writing messages, they're writing things about themselves. So I don't know how is it related to erotic photo shoot and shy and nervous and scared people. But I can tell you, I'm very confident, and I do my money business this way. Everyone who would like to book an erotic photo shoot, okay, they pay a session fee. Okay, a session fee. Sometimes when I am not sure, okay, they can create a certain arrangement and pay out the photo shoot. But usually they pay a session fee, okay, and they create an erotic photo shoot. And you see, before we even go into erotic photo shoot, I don't know what will happen with that person, how he will, perform, how long it will take, okay, to create that sexual energy. Because if we're doing very staged and simple basic shoots, then okay, we are shooting 1 hour, okay, and he's paying for 1 hour. But we are talking about unlimited session. Okay, we're talking about unlimited session when people are undressing, okay, when people are getting turned on, when people are getting aroused in front of the camera, when people are creating sexual energy, stimulate themselves till they go to the climax. Okay, they're trying to do that, right? And men are gifted in that point. Okay, men are gifted in that point because they need a fantasy, they need a certain object, okay, to admire and to fancy, to like, and they're very much able to create an orgasm, like naturally it happens to them, right? So men are gifted. For a woman, she needs to work. She needs to put on work, and not every orgasm is the same, and she wants the best one. Okay, so she needs help, right? She needs men to create that. So that's what is the difference between men and women. Okay, today we are discussing about erotic photo shoots, and erotic photo shoot help people who are limited in their mind and in their body to create erotic photography for their confidence boost, for their sexuality boost, for their intellectual growth. Okay, intellectual growth, because we're using imagination, we're using creativity, and we're being how to say, risky, frisky, and bold, right? And doing new things during erotic photo shoot. Okay, so I do not collect the whole fee in advance, you see, because I don't know how long the photo shoot will take. We're doing it unlimited, right? It could be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and then we don't know what we create and what he will stimulate and how he will get to that, into that climax mode, what he will need. Okay, maybe toys, maybe a model, maybe, how does it, depending, right? So depending on the complexity, right, the price goes higher, right? So at the end, we know the full price after post-production. We forget about post-production. You see, I'm shooting in a raw format. I can't just give you the images, right? I need to resize them at least. And I am very, how to say, perfectionist in a way that I can't just resize them. I need to at least do a basic, edit, right? A basic edit. Imagine I'm shooting 700 pictures and basic edit is 1 minute. So staying on the file and 1 minute editing is already 700 minutes, right? So these are hours and hours, right? I shot for the passive moment. I don't need solo shots. Do you take pictures of couples making love? Yes, unlimited photo shoot entail that. Yes, make love stories, explicit and penetration scenarios. Yes, including fantasies and role play. Yes, yes, yes. Am I single? This is the question that I have to get used to. Okay, I am a widow. Okay, gorgeous, got the love older woman. Okay, can I take you out on the date? Okay, and do not pay for sex. Okay, if you do not pay, right, and no one wants, right, to pay, right, we are talking about love. Okay, when couple create erotic photo shoot, okay, right, they doing it not to get money, not to get paid, okay, not to get famous, right? We're talking about totally different thing here, right? You understand that erotic photo shoot, okay, can be created for absolutely general public, and they doing it for simple reason. They lack of creativity. They are missing intimacy in the way that they need to explore and experience new things. Okay, and the erotic studio for adults offer that they can create those moments and convert them into very special memories. And these memories later will encourage them to be experimental with each other. They learn there, okay, to do it on the spot, right? Okay, so hello, good morning. What a beautiful woman you are working today. No, it's not work. Okay, it's not work. I'm just going live and sharing some information about erotic photo shoot and specifically about men being shy when they are undressing during erotica, creating erotica, right? And when people are shy and nervous, I do not tell them to take their pants off straight away. Okay, I do not create a stress. They're already in stress, you know. So I do not put them straight away on the spot, right? I go slowly and I explain the process, and then they go to the studio and they understand how it works, right? Then we talk about shooting plan, what is our plan, what we will do, how we will do it, right? And then they start from portraits, and then they go semi-nude, okay, and then they go nude, and then they go into explicit mode, right? So it's step by step creation. How old are you, baby? You into younger guys? No, I'm not. No, I am not into younger guys. I am not Madonna. Okay, okay. What about woman to woman? What about woman to woman? So there are men who would like their wife to explore a different side and hire a female model, okay, to play out bisexual games, role play, and they are enjoying, okay. So they are doing it for their woman to expand their sexual, fantasy, right, to be bolder, braver, right. They want her to bring something new to the table, so they are booking this type photo shoot, but they are actually getting turned on watching their wife with the woman. So that's one option of the scenario. And the other scenario, when there are two lesbians, okay, that's another scenario. So they're shooting as a couple, okay. That's two options, right? Okay. Uh-huh. That's it. Amazing. I've answered all the questions and I've reached 40 minutes. Amazing. So what I want to say is this, that people, right, create erotic photo shoot to develop themselves. Okay, and it's not for everyone, because you see, creative energy, it's free energy. Everyone can go into a sexual mode and everyone can vibrate and attract new people, right? To make connections and, of course, attract opportunities, make businesses. That's the same energy, okay? Same creative energy. You can create a project, you can, you can create something at work, and you can use that sexual energy there. Okay, very often men do that and then come back drained at home, right? Because they are all sexy at work, okay? When they are more attentive, when they are expressive, when, you know what I'm saying, right? Dress nice, smell nice, they go to work like that and be there, sexually active. So they put that energy into their job, and then they come empty, okay? Empty. Not that alert, not that aware, and all tired. So that's one situation, right? But they still use that sexual energy in this direction, right? So that's what's happening. But when I'm talking about men who grow up in a certain way and they're shy and scared of intimacy, they of course set up for themselves a certain lifestyle, right? And then I ask very often, you know, that guy who is doing erotic photo shoot, how is it your relationship? Okay, what's happening in your intimate life, personal life? Okay, and then I ask, what's happening, you know, with the money situation, right? Because that's also sexual energy, okay, and confidence, right there. Okay, so it affects you this way. Sexual energy is not only for making babies, you see. Sexual energy is for you to be healthy and alive, okay? You understand what you're using it? To build your life, to build, to create into a better world. That's why you need that sexual energy. Okay, thank you so much for watching and being today. I really enjoy that. The questions are great. Next time when you see me, of course, we will discuss a topic about erotic photography, maybe boudoir, maybe news, maybe couples, maybe erotic fantasies. What kind of erotic fantasies are popular? Fetish. Fetish is popular. Fetish BDSM between couples. I very much encourage that because they change as a role play. Okay, one person is dominant, the other is submissive, and then they change. Okay, and it's very interesting to watch, right? What happens there. Okay, and then another fantasy is when you hire models. Okay, couples hire models for threesome scenarios and cuckold fantasies. So that's what we do. We create that in the studio as well. So I discuss this type of fantasies. And of course, I shoot on camera and I shoot on film. It means that not only that I make photography, but I create videos for adults. Okay, so that's what's happening in my studio. Right, so next time we will speak about something else. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. You are amazing. And of course, thank you for those who are asking me questions. I love it. I love it. Okay, bye for now. Bye for now and see you next time. How to switch this off?